enter into Holy Week, we start to pick up in the gospel passages some of the tension and the messiness of human life. We're brought to the home of Mary and Martha and Lazarus, where you see all kinds of mixed emotions and tensions at work. And so the crowd outside is gathering because some of them are fascinated by what happened with Lazarus being raised from the dead and being resuscitated, given new life. And then there were others in the crowd who saw this as a threat and who were starting now to plot. We see that tension taking place inside the house where, what was a joyful gathering becomes rife with inner tensions, family tensions, the tensions among Jesus' own apostles. Judas starts to show his colors, doesn't he? We see Lazarus at the table with Jesus and Mary taking on this dramatic gesture of washing Jesus' feet with the oil, with expensive oil. And as Mary does this, Martha, we're told, is back in the kitchen. I think we've seen that scene before, huh? Somehow I have to wonder, was the soup the only thing simmering in the kitchen? But in the midst of this, God's plan is unfolding. Jesus is stepping in, not escaping from the messiness of human life, but going deeper and deeper into it. His own words even add to the tension as he talks about the day of his burial. But that's the point. Jesus is there, in the midst of them. Jesus is ready to face down evil. During these first 3 days of Holy Week, we're reading from the suffering servant songs in Isaiah, the different suffering servant songs. Jesus comes not yelling and shouting in the street, bruised reed he shall not break, nor a smoldering wick shall he quench, but he'll bring forth justice. He'll bring forth justice, not by striking back, but by emptying himself in humble love. Today, here in Queens and in Brooklyn and all around the New York metropolitan area, we're celebrating Reconciliation Monday, and I'm calling on you, especially you who may be homebound today. Boy, do we need prayers. Today, I ask you to join. Let's pray for those who are approaching the sacrament of reconciliation. Let's pray for those who may find their hearts softened a little bit and may be approaching the sacrament of reconciliation for the first time in many years. Let's pray for those who feel maybe a little bit distant, that through this experience of God's mercy and the gift of reconciliation, they might feel that tender embrace of God's merciful love. Let's pray for the whole church here in Queens and in Brooklyn and all around us, that this day may be a day of tremendous grace, a day of tremendous renewal for all of us, because the transformation of every heart is in itself a moment of renewal for the church. As we focus in on the powerful, merciful love of Christ in this week of Holy Week, may God transform our hearts and the hearts of all of our brothers and sisters, so that on Easter we may proclaim with joy his victory over sin and death.